This is the base iPhone 17, and after using it for the last 5 days as my main phone, I think this is the best iPhone to go for this year. And in this day in the life, I'll be testing all the important aspects of this phone, from the display quality to the performance, the cameras, the software, and the battery life, of course, to show you guys what a real day in the life with the iPhone 17 looks like and whether you should buy one too. It's currently 7:44, battery percentage is 100%. Let's get into this day in the life. So, today we've got a pretty busy day ahead. I'm going to drop off my sister to the train station because she's got an exam pretty soon. I'm going to have to grab some stuff from the post office and we'll head off to and hang out after that. So, quite a lot of things to do. So let's get going. Okay, so we've now made it to the post office. It's now 9:13, battery percentage is at 94%. Now let's go grab that parcel. Alright, so I just got my package and it's actually from Oppo. What's inside here? It's the brand new Oppo Find X9s. So pretty excited to go back to Android and test out these things because I personally do prefer Android. I mean, this iPhone has been great, but Android's kind of where my heart is. So I'm gonna go fill up my car. I probably want to unbox this right now, but we'll carry on with this day in the life because there's a few things I need to get done. So here we are at Petone Beach. It's currently 9:59, the battery percentage is now at 89%. Now it's a good time to talk about the display on the iPhone 17, since it's really bright and we can test out the brightness, which is one of the biggest upgrades they've brought to the new iPhone 17s. And in fact, the iPhone 17's display is a big change from last year's iPhone 16 because it's exactly the same as the iPhone 17 Pro, which is amazing. With the new peak brightness, anti-reflective coating, along with all of the pro features that they put on the displays that makes it way better than the regular standard phones back in the day, the iPhone 17's display is definitely one of the best parts about this phone. As I mentioned before, the brightness has been upgraded so it can now reach 3000 nits of peak brightness, which is perfect for days like these where it's really bright, and having a bright display really makes reading text and content so much easier on your eyes. The anti-reflective coating, it helps remove reflections and makes it easier to read content as well. And when it comes to those pro features, we are finally getting 120Hz refresh rate on the base model, which is amazing. That was the number one thing that really drove me nuts about the standard iPhone 16 from last year. It's not just 120Hz, it's LTPO 120Hz, which is great because it saves battery life when you're not scrolling. So altogether, the display on the iPhone 17 deserves around an A+ grade because definitely one of the best choices you can get from any phone. Now I think it's time for a matcha latte. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and I'm gonna pick up my friend before we head off to Days Bay. Let's get going. Right, now I got the matcha. Time to pick up my friend. Let's get going now. So I just picked up my friend Alex. So we're good to go now. I'm gonna head off to the Bay. It's 11:55. Battery percentage is at 72%. So going pretty strong on the iPhone 17. But yeah, using a bit of navigation. So let's see how this thing can keep up. Let's get going. Thanks. Just picked up some fish and chips for the boys, and now I'm gonna head off to Days Bay. That's that long. I did not organize anything. Okay. Alright, so it's 105, battery percentage is at 59%. We're here at Days Bay, and now it's a good time to get our iPhone 17 protected, which is where my friends at Rhino Shield come in. They've come out with their iPhone 17 series phone cases, and these cases are pretty cool. First off, the cases are made out of 100% recyclable materials, and all of the packaging are also recyclable as well. And just because it's recyclable, it doesn't mean it's not premium. These cases definitely feel super premium, with a nice texture grip across the whole case and really nice clicky buttons. It also comes with a camera control cover, which still gives you full functionality over the camera control button, which is great, and has full all-round protection. It's super sturdy and super stiff, which is great so that you know that your iPhone 17 is fully covered. They don't just have cases for the iPhone 17, they have it for the Pro Max, and the Air. So if you want to check out Rhino Shield for yourself, make sure to use the link in my description. You can also get a discount code as well. So thanks again for Rhino Shield for sending these cases out. Definitely super awesome stuff. And now, let's get some lunch.
What's up?
So it's currently 142, battery percentage is at 56%. So now let's talk about the cameras on the iPhone 17. Now the iPhone 17 cameras are slightly upgraded from last year. The main camera is still the same, so it's a 48 megapixel main sensor, which isn't actually the same one as 17 Pro. The sensor size is a little bit smaller and it's a bit more narrower at 26 versus 24 millimeters, but it's still pretty decent and it's also useful for zooming in. The ultra-wide lens has been upgraded though, so it's now 48 megapixels, up from 12 from last year, and I believe it's exactly the same ultra-wide lens found on the 16 Pro and the 17 Pro. So definitely a great bonus on there. And finally, the next upgrade that is pretty big is the selfie camera, which is now an 80 megapixel square sensor, which allows you to take horizontal and vertical photos without moving the orientation of your phone. So that's some pretty cool stuff there. So let's take a few photos. I got my friends over here and see what the iPhone 17 can do. Starting off with the ultra-wide lens, we get some impressive shots with high dynamic range, great colors, and sharpness. Overall, the images coming out look well balanced and tones are managed nicely. On the main camera, details, colors, and dynamic range are great as well. Sharp, clean, balanced, and overall, great photos. Cropping into 2x provides some great results. It's not as high resolution, but the processing is great, matching photos taken at 1x. The new selfie camera allows you to take ultra-wide photos in either landscape or vertically from any orientation, which is super handy and results look great as well. Alright, now let's take a look at the video capabilities on the iPhone 17. The iPhone 17 can shoot up to 4K 60, no 120 FPS on here. And one thing that does bug me a little bit is that because the main lens is a bit more narrower, you can't really see more than just my head on the main lens. So it's not that great or ideal for vlogging. But you can switch to 0.5, which does give that nice vlogging perspective and shows a bit more around you. Altogether, the video capabilities on the iPhone 17 are great, as you'd expect from pretty much any iPhone. Can't go wrong with the video capabilities on here, but you are missing out on a lot of those pro features like log encoding, ProRes, and all that kind of stuff, which you can only find on the Pro iPhones. But for majority of people and everyday people, you probably won't need any of those features unless you're a serious filmmaker. So overall, video capabilities on the iPhone 17 are great. So altogether, the cameras on the iPhone 17 are really decent. You're getting a great setup on both the main and the ultra-wide lens, along with great video capabilities, but the downside is that at plus 2x, the zoom quality isn't that great. Now, I think we're gonna head off to the driving range and play some golf, so let's head over there now. I do not know. Go for it now. I don't really like that. Yeah! I haven't gone golfing in a long time, so we'll see how this goes. So we're here at the driving range and we all suck at playing this game, but it's currently 258, battery percentage is now at 36%. Let's talk about the performance on the iPhone 17. Now, the iPhone 17 and the 17 Pro technically share the same chipset, the A19, except this has one less GPU core. One thing that really stands out to me from going from the Pro Max to the 17 is that the 17 really doesn't feel any different at all. Like, honestly, with that 120Hz refresh rate, the iPhone 17 feels just as fast and smooth as the Pro phone. Now, there is one thing that I did notice is that this phone does heat up a little bit more than the Pro series. The Pro phones have the vapor chamber, so that makes sense. But honestly, for most day-to-day activities, this thing won't really heat up on you. It's only if you're playing games for extended period of times or using the phone in hot conditions. Now, the next difference is that there's only 8GB of RAM instead of 12 on the Pro phones. And that is a little bit behind most of the competition right now. It's good enough for launching applications and multitasking, but I did notice on the 17 Pro that it did manage to keep a lot more apps loaded compared to the 17, so that is something to be aware of. But honestly, day to day you probably won't notice a difference. So altogether, the performance on the iPhone 17 is solid, deserves a solid A grade. I think we've just wrapped up the game, so let's get going now.
Guys,
Bye.
oh, look at this new car. So we got some like 4-wheel drives on here with the silver silver rims. Got the
I've got to head off to a friend's place, pick up something from there, then drop off to another friend's place, and after that, go to the city and pick up my... And after that, I'm going to pick up my sister. So we've got a few places to head off. Just going to use Google Maps to map my way there. So we've got quite a few places to go. It's going to be a lot of driving, so time to get onto the road. Alright, now I've picked up the item and given it to my other friend, and now I'm waiting for my sister in the parking lot. Battery percentage is now 17% and the time is 4:19. So I have been doing a lot of Google Maps and high-brightness usage, so kind of makes sense why the battery has been draining a bit more. Not too sure if it will last until the end of the day, but I'm hoping it will. Now let's talk about the design, the features and the software of the iPhone 17. Now starting off with the design, it's very similar to the iPhone 16. It still has that same metal glass enclosure, although the screen size is 0.2 inches bigger, if that makes a difference. Still IP68 water and dust resistance, so that's great to see. And there is ceramic shield too, so the front glass should be a bit more stronger. On the software side, we have iOS 26, and as usual with most iPhones, you should get about 7 years of software upgrades. Definitely great on the software support side. iOS 26 is okay. Honestly, iOS 26 has been a little bit buggy, but other than that, it's been pretty alright. Nothing else to say about the software. On the feature side, you get the typical base iPhone feature sets. You get Face ID, USB 2.0 speed, so not the USB 3.2 that you get on the Pro phones, Q2 wireless charging, and the wired speed has been upgraded slightly. So altogether, the design features and software of the iPhone 17 is alright. It's nothing more, nothing less than what you need. So the iPhone 17 gets an A- grade for this category. Now, my sister should be coming back soon, so we'll be heading off very soon. It's like my package has arrived. I'm just gonna go and open these things up now and apply it now. So this is for my seatbelts. One mount for an airplane, my part. Need to get some work done before dinner. It's currently 5:46. Battery percentage is at 9%. I'm at home, so I think we'll be able to make it throughout the last few hours of the day. But yeah, hopefully this thing will last. So for the last hour and a bit, I've been video editing and using my phone a little bit. But now it's 7:35 and our battery percentage is now at 1%. So I think it's a good time to wrap up the battery performance on the iPhone 17. We had a screen active time of about 6 hours and 9 minutes. And honestly, for a pretty busy day where I used up a lot more battery than I usually do, especially with Google Maps and playing Spotify in the background with my car, I think the iPhone 17 did a pretty good job. And because of its size, you're not going to expect Pro Max levels of battery performance, but it actually did better than the 17 Pro. So altogether, the battery performance on the 17 gets an A grade. So let's wrap up my thoughts about the iPhone 17 and what I think about it altogether. And honestly, I think the iPhone 17 is the best iPhone to go for this year. Honestly, it's because this iPhone offers pretty much everything that you would need without giving you less or more. From the same display on the 17 Pros to the strong performance for everyday tasks, a solid pair of cameras, the exact same software as the Pro phones, and really good battery life, you're getting a really compelling offer altogether. And at nearly half the price of the Pro phones with 256GB of starting storage, altogether this iPhone 17 gets an 85 out of 100 grade rating, which is really close to the 17 Pro. The only things you're really missing out are on the telephoto lens and some Pro features that only really matter to you if you're trying to do serious filmmaking on your iPhone, which for the majority of people probably isn't. So that wraps up my review on the iPhone 17. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe to the channel, upwards, and I'll see you guys in the next video.